Hey y'all, it's Amber Calderon. Today's topic of interest is creating video content because it can be so overwhelming with all of the different nuts and bolts needed to pull off the different components that go into creating video content. Now, if you're across different platforms, that multiplies tenfold because nowadays it feels like every single social platform is competing to make sure that they keep all of their people on those particular apps, and as a result, you're paying the price. So what I'm going to do in this video is actually batch create some Instagram Reels, TikToks, and Pinterest idea pins and show you how I go through that process. So if you're interested in consolidating your workload and really seeing how it goes into play, at least in my workflow, then keep watching. Quick pause. If this is the first time you're seeing a video of mine, welcome. I hope you'll consider subscribing to this channel so you never miss a teacher marketing tip with me. I'm a former teacher. I lead social media influencer marketing strategy for 2 edtech brands, and I love sharing my unique experience with all of y'all. And everybody watching, go ahead and like this video because it's kind of like the nice thing to do, but seriously. Okay, let's get to the good stuff. Number 1 is how do you plan? And there's different ways that you can plan, and I'm gonna show you how to do that. The first thing you're going to want to do before you even start executing on all that content, I know it's so quick that we want to just go, but you need to stop and plan. Or if you're not actively planning, how whenever you're scrolling on those social media apps that you love so much, you at least have the mindset of how can this be applicable for my audience? Because the Reels, the TikToks, the Pinterest idea pins, they should all center around a few core themes that's gonna tie back to you and you as an authority figure and what you do best. That doesn't mean that you should scroll on social media for like 2.5 hours, okay? I mean, but we're all guilty, like hello. I'm sure this is not the first time you're gonna hear this next part from me. When you are planning your different pieces of content, you wanna make sure that it has a variety of messaging. And the reason why is because if they feel, it's almost like selling, right? If they feel like they're getting sell every single time, then what's the value of that? Or if they're just getting trending, fun, inspirational. Sorry, did I just like really go a little above and beyond with that? Sorry. But into that kind of audio, then where are you showing that you're an authority figure so then you can monetize later on down the road, right? So you want to make sure that your Instagram Reels, TikToks have a healthy balance of informational. Are you giving a quick update, something that they can quickly consume and then action later? Educational, how are you teaching your audience something so then it provides value? Third is gonna be trending. How are you capitalizing on trending audio, trending scenarios, and using it towards your niche so then you can capture audience with hopefully a chance for it to create more stickiness, which then people will find your informational and your educational content through that trending audio. And the third is authority driven. How are you going to hammer on home of the stuff that you really do best? You're planning content around your ideas and your niche, but how are you organizing your audio and all of those sounds that you come across? So that's step 2 is create some sort of system that's going to work for you and your business to make sure that you have a method to remember how you can align those to your brand. Now, everything's gonna look different. I'm gonna show you 2 ways, a super organized way using my favorite organizational system in the world, which is called Airtable. I'll leave my link down below. I use that to organize my social media influencer marketing life through Nearpod and vocabulary. For my personal business, I have lately just been switching to using my phone because we're in survival mode, and this YouTube channel is going to show you the reality. One of my favorite ways to organize any type of information is using Airtable. So Airtable is essentially the familiarity of a spreadsheet, but it has the power of a database. And so this allows me to basically create a lot prettier spreadsheet. I absolutely cannot stand Excel, and I can link audio that I, inspo of where it's coming from, more or less the direction of the reel. And then if you don't already know, I manage social media influencer marketing for both Nearpod and vocabulary. And so we link the brand that it could be applicable for and who's going to film the reel or who's going to source the reel. Now this, you don't have to go this way. I'm going to show you the way I do it for my own small business. I used to do it this way, but since it's just me, I didn't need to be as organized. But I love this as a way to keep myself accountable and come back and find audios that I like. Okay, we're going to get real close and personal. When I am scrolling reels and I see one that I like, I can just, hit save. And so when I go to my sounds and I hit my saved, I have, all of my posts that I want, and I have all of my audio saved. Now, one of the things that I recommend also is you can create a new collection that just says like, biz reels ideas. Okay. Also, my keyboard is in Spanish, so sorry. And then now anytime I want to save, I can just go here, add, save, and then bring it in there later on. My third tip actually goes hand in hand with tip number 2, and it's making sure that you list your relevant ideas as it's related to your sounds. So I know you probably watched the first part of the video and you were like, Amber, did you seriously just tell me to just organize everything on my phone? Okay, yes and no, because I understand when you're, walking your dog or doing whatever it is that you're doing and you're not in front of your computer, you do want to make sure you capitalize on that cool idea that you just found, but you do want to make sure that you also dump the relevant way that you can use that audio or that scenario in a way for your brand, and doing something like pushing it to Airtable, pushing it to your notes app, pushing it to wherever the wind blows in your little heart is at least going to hold you accountable. And that way, when it does come time to film, you have a place of reference. Now it's time to film, and I know you may see one and it is so exciting and you just want to film right then and there. And you know what? If that's what you want to do, I'm not going to yuck your yum. But at the same time, it is so much more productive to pick a batch day. And here's the reason why. All of the things that go into setting up filming, even if it's a YouTube video, you have to, maybe if you have a smaller space, you have to rearrange your furniture, you need to make sure the lighting is correct. All of that, like let's just say that takes 30 minutes, right? And then probably 20 minutes to get into the groove of filming. It does take like a second to like get comfortable just like talking to yourself to a screen. That is about 50 minutes, let's just say an hour, every time you want to set up a YouTube video. That means if I create 5 YouTube videos, it's gonna take me 5 hours to individually set everything up, as opposed to just doing it one time and getting 4 hours of my life back. You see where I'm going with this? So picking a batch day is just gonna help make sure that you're more productive. I do that once a week, and let's say I only post 2 a week on my page or whatever you decide, you're actually giving yourself grace. So then if there's ever a week that you're super busy or stressed, you still have a bank that you can pull from in your drafts. And that is so nice because, sometimes the creative rut just gets to us. I know it gets to me occasionally, and having that in my like safety deposit box makes me feel so good. And for those that might be thinking, but I only have time to film one Instagram reel, they take so long. Well, what if you were a little more organized with what you were going to create, so then you could just jump into the execution phase that much faster? I challenge you to get a little more organized, not saying that you're not, but we can always get more organized, even myself, in how we can visualize that content. So then when the time comes, it's like, I already know what I'm gonna create. In order to give the appearance that you're filming on different days, you want to make sure that you change your clothes, and this is also going to make sure that your feed looks diverse as well. What you'll notice about all of my colors is that it looks like my brand. Now, it's not the exact same hue, but it is the yellows, the pinks, the greens. Also, take a look at my workout outfit that I'm wearing today. It is also a hue of pink because when you are using your brand colors and more than just the products that you create, but also embodying that brand, you are the brand, and it's gonna strengthen that brand awareness. So that's a little trick to make sure is look and see if your feed and the clothes that you're wearing also fits that. Now, that might not be for everyone, but some people, for instance, it's neutral. Some, it may be a specific type of color that you just know them for. I'm sure you can probably think about a few, but that is why we do that. Just because I film everything in one sitting doesn't mean I need to edit everything in one sitting, So what I do is, if I'm feeling it and I have time, sure, I'll edit everything at once, I'll save it in my drafts, and then that way I can publish it when the time is right. Or I can just let the clips sit in my drafts and then go back and actually edit when I have downtime, when I need a little break, when I want that screen break, but I don't actually want to do any particular work. This is a good passing by time. Depending on which app you decided to film your content, you're going to take different steps in order to get it on the other social platforms as well. So for example, if you film your content in TikTok and you want it to go to Instagram Reels, then you're going to want to use a website called Snaptic, which with this in mind, you're going to paste the published URL into this website. It will download the same file without the TikTok watermark, so then you can cross-post it to Instagram. Because if you don't know, if you upload an Instagram reel with the TikTok watermark, the AI is going to be able to read that, and it's not going to push your content out as far as it probably would normally go. The next thing I'm going to show you is how I take an Instagram reel or a TikTok and publish it to a Pinterest using a Pinterest idea pin. I'm just going to go ahead and let you know that I have been posting my TikToks and IG reels directly to Pinterest showing the watermark, and my traffic is still really good. I'll show you my stats right here. Again, I'm not gonna lie to you and tell you, yes, you should remove the watermark for this, because to be honest, you probably should. I'm not doing it and I'm still seeing really good results, so I'll get there eventually. Okay, so let me show you how I do this. Publish. Okay, so I actually just published a saved Instagram reel that I batch filmed earlier this week. When I publish this, it's automatically going to go to my folder, which is right here. Okay, so I already have it saved directly into my iPhone. Hit the plus sign. I'm going to click Idea Pin. And you'll notice I have all of my saved pins directly here already. And then I'm just going to click Create New and drop that in there. Now with Pinterest idea pins, if I wanted to, I could also add slides after the video, but for this instance, I'm just going to post the actual video. If I wanted to, I could also edit within, so it actually has a pretty intuitive interface, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna click Done. And again, if you wanted to add different slides, I could just click the plus sign. Now, a tip that I'll just give you on here, and I can go into detail later, is what I do is if I ever create like text slides on Instagram that I know are really good, that could serve value, I actually save them to a photo album, and then when I'm chilling on the couch watching TV, I just upload those into Pinterest as Pinterest idea pins using the slides. It doesn't always have to be video, so something to keep in mind. So it's going to ask you for a title, so I want to make sure I'm thinking SEO friendly and tag. Boom. Draft is now saved. Cool. Literally, look how easy that was. I mean, and I did it not even really looking at my phone. So if that tells you how easy it is to repurpose for Pinterest idea pins, and I'll just bring my engagement over here one more time, it works. This is when I started posting idea pins a little bit more. So that's what I recommend, is repurposing your content. Y'all, I am such a stickler for repurposing content because you have all these amazing ideas, but if you only put it through one stream and you don't pause and take the time to figure out how is it going to be applicable to your other channels, then you're just leaving great content on the table. So trust me, again, progress over perfection, okay? I'm not gonna always tell you, oh, you gotta do it this way because this is the most perfect way, and if you don't do it this way, like, it's not gonna work. Just get you there. Like, am I sharing my watermarks and my Pinterest idea pins? Yes. Should I be doing that? No. Am I still driving traffic? Yes. So you know what? I'm gonna do that until I have time to go a different route. And you know what? That's okay. So I just want you to know, just do you, just do you. Hopefully seeing how I batch create Instagram Reels, TikToks, and Pinterest idea pins gives you inspiration to help your business. You don't have to take every single one of these ideas, but hopefully it inspired you to keep kicking, moving along. So if you like this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing so you never miss a teacher marketing tip with me again. Thanks so much, and I will see you in the next video.